Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Troy, and every Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, I like to share my top 5 dividend stocks of the week with my subscribers. Now, you might be wondering, what makes my top 5 so special? Well, I begin my research for these videos using a list of stocks that have ex-dividend dates of this coming week. In this case, that's April 22nd through April 26th, because it's the first list of dividend stocks that I thought of that changes weekly, and it creates some urgency to watch my videos.
Oh, truth comes out.
Once I get that list, I use my select criteria, handpick with consistency, stability, and returns in mind to help me narrow it down further. And the final thing that makes my list different than any other you're going to find on YouTube is, well, me. I'm pretty awesome.
All right, you talked me into it.
Now, before we go any further, I do want to take a second to tell you guys what the goal of this series is and is not. The goal is to provide my subscribers with a source of dependable and quality dividend stock information to be used as a springboard into your own research. The goal is not for the information in this video to be used as financial advice or a reason for you to blindly follow a YouTuber and take these videos as stock suggestions without doing your own due diligence.
Well, yeah, duh.
Now, if you agree to use these videos for their intended purpose, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of these videos and my other dividend related content. And while you're down there, click on that little thumbs up button as it helps me continue to grow my channel. But without further ado, let's dive into my top 5 dividend stocks of the week. Leading off this week's list and coming in at number 5 is Fastenal, stock ticker FAST. FAST is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying $1.56 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 2.21%. Fastenal's been paying and growing their dividend over the past 25 years, which makes them a dividend aristocrat. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 11.82%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 12.48%, and a payout ratio a little bit higher than I like for my stocks at 67.28%. At the time of recording, Fastenal was trading 10.87% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of April 24th with a payout date of May 23rd. And here with this chart, you're going to be able to see what $10,000 would have turned into with and without dividends reinvested for this stock compared to the S&P 500. Here at the top of the chart, you can see that Fastenal would have turned into $36,664.67 versus the S&P turning into $33,449.49. That's a difference of $3,215.08. And down here at the bottom, you can see without the dividends reinvested, Fastenal turned into $31,797.13, whereas the S&P turned into $30,846.86. That's a difference of $950.27. And the difference between Fastenal with and without dividends being reinvested is $4,867.54. And coming in at number 4 is one I'm very excited to introduce to you guys. Say hello to CSW Industrials, stock ticker CSWI. CSWI is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying 76 cents per share per year with a forward dividend yield of just 0.32%. CSWI is brand new for eligibility on this list, as they just now have been paying and growing their dividend for the past 5 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 12.07%, and they don't have a 5-year dividend growth rate yet because they've only been paying their dividend for 5 years. They have a payout ratio of just 8.67%. At the time of recording, CSW Industrials was trading 2.99% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of April 25th and a payout date of May 10th. And we get the same chart again here, except this time CSWI doesn't have 10 years worth of history. So this one's only looking back 8.54 years, so a little bit over 8.5 years. In that 8.5 years, CSWI would have turned $10,000 into $81,018.34. That's compared to the S&P in the same time frame turning their $10,000 into $31,008.33. That's a difference of $50,010.01. Down here at the bottom, same time frame, CSWI without the dividends reinvested would have turned into $79,727.80, whereas the S&P brought back $29,113.23. That's a difference of $50,614.57, and the difference between CSWI with and without the dividends being reinvested is $1,290.54. And first up on the podium this week, coming in at number 3, is West Pharmaceutical Services, stock ticker WST. WST is a quarterly payer in the healthcare sector, paying 80 cents per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 0.21%. WST has been paying and growing their dividend over the last 31 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 5.73%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 6.11%, and a payout ratio of just 8.8%. At the time of recording, West Pharmaceutical Services was trading 8.59% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of April 23rd with a payout date of May 1st. And this one's back to the 10-year timeline where WST would have turned $10,000 into $92,742.75, and that is $59,239.26 more than the S&P would have turned their $10,000 into. And again, down here at the bottom, without the dividends being reinvested, WST would have turned that 10K into $89,671.01, which is $58,824.15 more than the S&P 500, and the difference between WST with and without the dividends reinvested is $3,071.74. And now we're a little bit over halfway through this video, and it's a great time to remind you guys to click on that thumbs up button if you're enjoying yourself, as it really helps me continue to grow the channel and get my content out to others. And also, for my loyal fans, my loyal subscribers and lovers of this series, I want to know your feedback. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything about this series that you really like and you want me to keep doing, or anything about this series that you really wish I wouldn't do or want to add to the series. Let me know that down in the comments. But now let's get to my top 2 stocks of the week. Coming in at number 2 is one we're all familiar with. Say hello to Lowe's, stock ticker LOW. Lowe's is a quarterly payer in the consumer discretionary sector, paying $4.40 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 1.9%. Lowe's has been paying and growing their dividend for a massive 62 years. They still have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 23.67%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 18.65%, and a payout ratio that's very sustainable at 32.72%. At the time of recording, Lowe's was trading 11.6% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of April 23rd and a payout date of May 8th. And that $10,000 investment into Lowe's 10 years ago, while only reinvesting the dividends since then, would have brought back $59,464.06, which is $26,014.57 more than the S&P 500, while that $10,000 investment 10 years ago without reinvesting dividends would have brought back $54,578.16, which outperformed the S&P by $23,731.30, and the difference between reinvesting and not reinvesting your dividends in Lowe's was $4,885.90. Coming in at number 1 is a stock I personally own and my newest addition to my portfolio. Say hello to Costco, stock ticker COST. Costco is a quarterly payer in the consumer staples sector, paying $4.08 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of just 0.56%. Costco's been paying and growing that dividend over the last 20 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 13.38%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 12.35%, and a payout ratio of just 26.65%. At the time of recording, Costco was trading 7.09% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of April 25th and a payout date of May 10th. And that $10,000 investment into Costco 10 years ago, while only reinvesting your dividends since, would have brought back $80,472.97, which outperformed the S&P 500 by $47,023.48. The $10,000 investment into Costco without reinvesting those dividends still would have brought back $70,491.90, which still outperforms by $39,645.04. But the difference between reinvesting and not reinvesting your dividends in Costco was $9,981.07. And just like that, you just saw my top 5 dividend stocks of the week for the week of April 22nd through April 26th. If you're seeing this video after the dates I just mentioned, make sure you're subscribed and remember to tune in every Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time so that doesn't happen again.
Write that down.
With that being said, if you were late to the party, you can still use this video as a good source of stocks you might have otherwise not known about to see if they fit your investing goals and your timeline.
It's very considerate.
I really hope you guys enjoyed yourself and learned a thing or two in this video. If you guys own any of the 5 stocks mentioned in today's video, let me know which ones down in the comments below. But until next time, see you.